And what's it do for you guys to win a close game after basically not winning close games or winning games comfortably? This one that you got.
I mean, I think it's always a good feeling when you can close one out. You know what I'm saying? I think for us, we're not in a position to complain about how it happened. Even though we made it a little harder than it had to be. We had a lead that we could have extended and just kind of, finished the game better than we did. But it's the NBA. The best players in the league, and they play to win too. And sometimes they're able to just make a run at it. And it just to answer your question, it feels good to be able to deal with that and just not fold, not fall apart and let this game slip because it could have happened. They tied it up. If we don't score that possession, they come down and score. Now we're in a different position, but we was able to kind of hold on and execute and do what we needed to do to finish the game out. And I think it was perfect for us. We needed to win one like that, especially finishing out this homestand, getting ready for another road trip.
You and Chauncey both talked about the bad starts at the last game. What was the conversation like about today's game getting off to a good start?
It was just more. It was addressed more than it had been. Obviously, we had said in the past, let's get off to a good start. Let's get off to a good start. But I think tonight, before the game, it was just like enough. Let's get off to a good start. Let's come out sharp, execute our coverages. Let's move the ball. Let's play with energy, on both ends of the floor. And I think we came out focused on that, and it showed.
Lately, Ant's assist numbers have been up and his turnovers have been down. What have you seen from him in that area?
I think he's just making the right plays. He's a guy that can really score the ball, and most guys that can really score the ball, they get attention. And it's just a matter of being able to be aggressive to score, and then when the defense reacts or when the help comes, you see the play. And I think part of his growth and being a scorer and being a starter and being a guard that is capable of what he's capable of, the next step is, being able to use your scoring ability to manipulate the defense and make plays, and take what's there, see where the help is coming from, being aware of how teams defend. And I think he's understanding that a lot more with the more he's on the floor.
What is the most difficult aspect of that?
I think the most difficult aspect of it is when you're a scorer and you can hit tough shots, and sometimes the easy play is there, but I'm comfortable shooting a step back here, or I'm comfortable splitting the defense here. What makes it difficult is sometimes when you see the play so clearly, it's easy to become passive, and you just keep making it, and you keep making it, and you look up, and there's 4 minutes left, and you're like, man, I'm making the right play, but I'm letting them off the hook a little bit by not, sometimes being a little bit more forceful or being more aggressive. And then you kind of got to balance it out where it's like, yeah, that's the play, but, are they baiting me into making that play over and over again because they don't want me to be in attack mode? And once you find that balance and, you're able to manipulate the defense instead of having the defense manipulate you, then that's when you get in a really good groove and you start to position your teammates in spots where it's like, okay, if I know they want to play this way and they're going to keep helping, Ant, you be right here. And let's see if they keep helping. Because if they're going to let Ant shoot 8 threes or if they're going to shrink off of Ant, then we'll live with that, So I think that's the hard part is finding that balance after you make the right play and not starting to make it too much and, playing into their hand.
Was that thought process there on that 2-for-1 when you got the shot? Did you really just take us through that on that one?
Well, we just wanted to spread them out, and I was just going to attack, one-on-one with the middle of the floor open. And it was the same thing. I had been attacking all night. I think it was like a few plays before that. It was a tie game. I went by the guy, and it was a guy right in front of me. And I just faked the pass, and he went for it, and I laid it up. We went back up by 2. And on that play where Ant hit the shot, I went left to right, and the guy literally just sold out, like the same as he did on that the previous time. And I looked over and I was like, like they helped all the way off Ant, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, it's an easy call. I know I could probably get between there and, make a shot, but Ant wide open on the wing, his man helping one pass away at that point in the game is an easy call. And, that was a simple play.
Your finishing numbers this year are by far the highest they've been in your career in terms of like what you're shooting at the rim. Do you think that's just because you're healthy now after having been bothered by the core thing for the last few years, or what do you attribute that to?
I think a big part of it is being healthy. And in the past years, I think I was able to still get around people, but sometimes when I would be going so fast, I wouldn't be able to explode because I couldn't, brace and stop myself and be on balance and jump, with enough power. Or if I was going downhill, I couldn't go side to side because I wasn't able to just stop myself as good. It wasn't as comfortable. And I think being healthy is the number one thing. And I think the second thing is just focusing more on what I need throughout the season. Sometimes I go back to the facility at night and in between games. So, we play today, no game tomorrow. We'll have a light practice, and I'll go back at night. And I actually work on finishing, to where it's like my trainer is telling me we don't need to be jumping around and doing all this stuff, but, let's get 20 finishes in and make sure you're keeping your eyes up and finishing high and working on your touch. We'll do some micings, we'll do some floaters, we'll do some, some long strides into high finishes off the glass. Sometimes he'll push me and I'll be off balance and I got to find the timing. But it'll literally be just 25 finishes, and it just keeps you sharp, you know what I mean? It keeps you sharp, and I think that's something that, that I'll focus more on this season so that I can just stay sharp as the season goes on, because as the season progresses, you kind of just get away from, everything you did in the summer, and you start to get lazy, you get a little bit tired, you're not as sharp, and, that's something that's been working for me is just, staying true to that routine and staying sharp with the work in between games.
Why are you guys so much better with the turnovers today?
We just took care of the ball. Played a simple game, man. I didn't think we forced a lot. We didn't take a lot of risks. We just made solid decisions. And, we took care of the ball. We was able to get shots. When you get that many opportunities, instead of turning it over and letting the other team get more shots at the rim than you, it's even tougher to win games in this league. So when we take care of it and we getting a shot up every time, or almost every time, you're going to be in a good spot.
Did you guys set it up to where you would play the entire fourth quarter? Did you start in the fourth quarter? I know the rotations have been a little up and down because of injuries. But
Yeah. I don't think it was set up to be that way. I think at one point, when Ant came back in the game, he came and he called my name, so I thought I was coming out of the game. But then I looked over there and Shaden was like standing off the court talking to one of the coaches, and I was like, I don't like coming out anyway, so I counted our players and I was like 1, 2, 3, and I was the fifth person, so I was like, all right, I ain't about to say nothing, I'm just gonna stay in. So when Ant called my name, I was like, what's up? And he was just like nothing, and I was like, whatever. I just backed up and and started boxing out, and I looked at the clock. I was like, I guess I'm just gonna finish it out, but I wasn't gonna yell over there like, hey, you got me. I would act like I didn't know what was going on, and I ended up playing the whole quarter. That's the truth too.
Dave, you guys get Nurk and Josh back tonight, but still struggle on the glass, still give up 125 to Atlanta. When you look at this game, it's obviously nice to get the win before you go out on the road trip. When you look back at it, do you feel like you guys did what you needed to do defensively to build on stuff, or is there still more there?
I think it's a lot more there. I think a lot of the positive things that we're doing, we're just not doing it consistent enough. We have a good defensive possession, and then we don't come up with the ball. And then, you give a team another opportunity to score, and we end up fouling. And we had some fouls on three-pointers. And, I'm guarding in isolation situations, and I'm in a good position, and I reach in and try to strip the ball and get a foul. Just stuff like that I think are fouling. And, us having good possessions, and then we let up. The shot goes up, we have a good possession, and we let up. We look at the ball and instead of finding somebody. And these dudes it's on the scouting report at this point, you can tell, because guys is just sprinting in there, going after it. So I think we just got to continue to build on it. But like I've been saying, it's something that's been an issue for us. And, you rather learn and keep talking about it in wins. And, I'm just happy we was able to come out on the winning side, and now we can keep having that conversation. We got to start boxing out better. We got to hit somebody, limit these teams' opportunities, because you keep giving NBA teams 2 and 3 chances, they're going to score, and you're going to give up points like we did tonight again.